Hi, today I'm going to service a 2015 Audi A6. It's a 2 litre TDI. We're going to do a minor service, so oil change, oil filter, engine air filter and the cabin filter. I'm going to drop the under tray and let the oil go from the sump at the bottom as opposed to using an oil extractor kit. So I've got the tarp down underneath because if I spill oil on the driveway, the new driveway, my wife's going to kill me. Okay, we have the under tray of the car here, and I just want to give you a better look at it on the bench here. So to get this off, you're going to need 3 tools because we've a number of different fixings. So at the sides, we just have these Phillips head screws. They pop out nice and easy. Then towards the front of the car, we've 3 more Phillips head screws. Then towards the rear of the car, we have these. These are a Torx 50 screw. So we've 3 of those. And then we have 4 10mm spline sockets. So that's a 12-sided kind of star thing. So you pop those out. And then this thing, this nice carpeted under tray is free to let you in at your sump. Okay, here we are underneath the car. Under tray is off. So right here, this is our 19mm sump bolt. So I'm going to just undo that. Okay, so here we are under the bonnet, 2 litre TDI lump. So we've got this big engine cover. This just lifts off. Just grab it at the corners. And that is off. And then what we're going to be interested in is our oil filter. So we're going to take this off, take out the cartridge filter, pop in a new one. Then over here is our air filter. So we're going to let go some Torx screws. We're going to let go of this little heat shield, and then this is going to pop out, and then we'll pop our new air filter in. Okay, as the oil's draining out, I'm going to tackle this. Okay, so I've disassembled the air filter. So what you're going to do is undo this Jubilee clip. You're going to let go of this hose. You're going to take out your little airflow sensor. From here, your air filter hides in here. You disconnect the plug. You spin this anti-clockwise. There's a little tab here, so just push that in. The whole thing spins. That lets you in at your air filter housing, where you take out this roundy one, and now we're going to put in a nice new one. Okay, next is oil filter. So you need a 32mm socket for this. That pops on, and we'll just undo. Got your cartridge here, just give it a little tug. Ooh, and that's nice and old looking. Okay, so just on your oil filter housing, there's a little O-ring, and we're just going to prise this off with a hook. Because with the oil filter comes a new one. Yeah. It'll just slide down into place. New oil filter cartridge just goes in like that, and you pop it all in. Do it up. Now this is plastic, so be very careful doing it up. It only needs 5 Newton meters, kind of 5 to 7 Newton meters of force. So if you overdo it, you will crack this and then you're in trouble. Okay, correction. The torque spec on the filter housing is 25 Newton meters. It tells you right there. So I'd advise investing in a torque wrench. I'm gonna pop this on. We're nearly there. I've brought it to nearly tight. And let's just listen for the and that's 25 Newton meters. That's a nicer sound than a cracked filter housing. Okay, time to put the sump plug back in, put the car on the ground and put about 4.7 litres of fresh oil in. Okay, we're at the point where we have a new air filter in. The old oil has been drained from the bottom. We have a new filter, a new oil filter in here. So now time to put some fresh oil in. So I'm using Castrol Edge, the long life, and it's 5W30. So I think we take somewhere between 4.5 and 4.7 litres. So I'm gonna pull in 4.5 and then we'll let the car run. Check the oil level. These modern Audis don't have a dipstick, so you've got to do it from the computer in the car. Ugh. Okay, so now how to check the oil, because Audi in their infinite wisdom have gotten rid of dipsticks in cars. I don't know why, but I like dipsticks. In order to check the oil, you have to have the engine run up to temperature, sitting on a level surface, and then your ignition on for about 2 minutes. So we go into our car, we go into systems, go into servicing and checks, go to oil level, and if the engine is warm and it's been sitting and yada yada yada, it'll tell you how much oil is in the engine. So we're up to the top. I'm happy with that. Okay, so the last thing is a cabin filter. So we've got a new one here. The old one is just underneath the glove box. No tools needed. There's just a couple of thumb screws. One here, one here. Then this little piece of trim just comes out. You've got this box and you can feel there's like a clip on this side. Pull that down with just a small bit of pressure. That's out of your way. The old cabin filter has a little flap on the bottom. And we'll just wrestle that out. Okay, out with the old, in with the new. Okay, I'm going to fill up the AdBlue tank, nice and simple. We've got our cap for diesel, one for AdBlue. So the AdBlue, there's just a 70mm socket to undo this. Then we pop a little funnel in here, and then we throw the AdBlue in. So this is AdBlue. So this is essentially urea and distilled water. Urea and distilled water. So anybody who studied science will know urea and water is urine. So this is essentially piss. But these modern diesels run on this for emissions. Okay, so that's the minor service on the Audi A6 complete. So we've done an oil change, new oil filter, new engine air filter, new cabin filter. We've topped up the AdBlue tank. So now time just to give it a quick wash and some Olive Aqua Wax to have this thing shining and looking good.